Hi there, Internet. I'm Polar the Polar Bear, and welcome to another episode of Polar Bear Plays. We are playing Amnesia, a machine for pigs, and we have just escaped our second pig creature. We are now in some sort of like coal disposal chute. Compound X storage. Danger. No naked flames. April 30th, 1899. The crate arrived this morning and I had it delivered directly to the workshop. The body is remarkably preserved, although there is a subtle yet nauseating stench of damp and rot. It is humanoid in shape, but has suffered severe skeletal deformity. Remnants of leather straps encase the torso, which is deformed, with evidence of substantial muscle mass and displacement. It is difficult to ascertain whether this unfortunate is the recipient of some barbarous surgery or was born deformed in an attempt to force his gnarled body into some semblance of humanity was made. What he is I cannot tell, but I smell the orb upon him and suspect my great-uncle's presence in this curious condition. So it can be done. We can reshape the body into a tool, accelerate the process of Mr. Darwin's evolution. But here my great-uncle and I part company. He chose men as the subject of his experiments, but men are difficult to control and rotten with sentimentality. No, we require a new creature for our chatels. Loyal, clever, strong, and easily sated. So he used that crazy orb from the first Amnesia to build pig creatures? For slaughter, I assume. To feed to the poor? Alright, well, since I have no way out of here, I'm just going to keep running along until I do. Apparently the pig creatures aren't that loyal. Chemical transportation. Highly corrosive, highly flammable. Wonder if I can... Ah! So I took the dumbwaiter to another floor. Presumably down. That's not good. I assume that hurt. Sabotage. Bruised and battered but alive, I have survived the saboteur's best efforts. He and I are now locked in an epic struggle. But I am driven to find my family, and I will prevail. Ignore the madness about me. Do not consider what cruel and unspeakable acts have been committed here. Find the way to the bilge, drain the flood, free your children.
Quickly, Mandus. Find the entrance nearby. The children weep in the darkness, and the flood waters continue to rise.
So I guess this is his lab. July 15th, 1899. In order to facilitate assimilation of tissue groups, a compound is required or the cells will not bond. Disposal of non-bonded subjects must be immediate, and using incineration or we risk continuous animation without form. This is unpleasant. A single compound of 1 part Brennenberg infusion vitae to 1 part orgone monad disperal fluid is sufficient. Brennenberg was the castle in the first Amnesia. This can then be administered intravenously to subjects following reassembly to maintain bonding. The compound is unstable and highly light reactive. Once in the body, the Schumann lamp can be used to activate the compound, but outside the body is highly corrosive. It can even be destroyed. Oh, it can even destroy small quantities of metal. I assume I will have to use it for just that. There's clearly another passage beyond the locked gate. It seems I have a choice of approach. The padlock is old but firm. After that fall, I cannot summon the strength to break it open. Perhaps I can find another way. Okay, so I need to find some of that chemical. That's weird. Why can I rotate that? Seems like a pretty useless physics object. Oh well. More sets of false teeth. Any of that chemical compound in here? No, nothing. I must have to look elsewhere for it. Because I can't seem to really... Yeah, okay, so it's gotta be... Oh, there it is. It's the glowing green bottle down there. Oh wait, no, that's just a lamp. Looks like a glowing green alchemy bottle. And... Oh, no note in that desk. The centrifuge. It's some form of bizarre mixing device for chemical compounds, and it positively reeks of the foul fluids I have seen too often before. It is clearly a compound, some volatile bastard of two composite ingredients. I should wager I would find them close by. So I have to find what two ingredients make up the chemical. Low temperature storage. I.e. refrigeration. Uh-oh. Alrighty. Lord knows what that's supposed to do. Oh, I have to put it in the... Gotcha. Oh, boom. That's nifty. I love those little tube transport systems. A warning. Inflamed it is, burning it does. Bleeding from each hole, fore and aft, leaking down my legs, blood and excrement, my lungs are in my vomit. I pass clots of my organs now onto the filthy stone. Drink this, he says, and I did drink it. I did do that. Because of the changes, they ripple inner me. My teeth sneeze out and scatter like mice in the dark. I cannot find them all, gather what I can, push them back into my gray gums with fingers, but the nails are all weepy and falling out. Drink it, he says. It'll help the running of the fever, because not us all can take the change. Oh man, this is written in like weird half English. On the other table, a beast under a blanket. I never wanted to see under that, but he drank it too. He passed it under the blanket, and I heard it drink. Dear God Almighty, how can a man shit so much blood and still live? Oh, good. That's good. I assume that was a pig creature kicking around, but since I really have... Uh-oh. What am I supposed to do about that? Oh, okay.
It fell onto his hands and they eroded in front of me. To stumps. To stumps. Next time we will use an equal mix of infusion vitae and orgone disperser. No, no, just take him out. You could dump him in the river for all I care.
Holding pens. Looks like the other substance I need is here somewhere. Do not startle or upset the... Oh, I'm back here. Definitely gonna get chased around here by one of those creatures. Don't see how I could do otherwise. Let's see here. I assume this has to be where the other compound is, though. Oh, do I not get in this one? So what's the point? Ah. Didn't see the other door. Teddy bear. Oh, here we go. Took delivery of another batch of imbeciles today. They are the sorriest specimens of humanity I have ever seen. No one asks where they go to. The authorities of Bedlam are simply happy to reduce the overcrowding in their teeming, stinking halls. We measure their skulls, check their teeth, we give them laudanum to pacify them. They wait in line, livestock, dull brown eyes, and filthy skin. Many soil themselves as they wait. Into the manipulator they file in silence. I hear the hissing of gas, the dull groans as teeth are removed, as bones are reset. I hear the pigs screaming. We have removed all the mirrors. After the process, it is the reflections that trouble them the most. Afterwards, when they sleep, I walk among them. My children, I whisper to their dreams. You are my children now. I have children once again, and your forms imperfect will be the engines to make my own blood flow again.
Over there. Place it in the corner. What? You think I speak Prussian? Do I look like an inbred hawk, sir? Who gives a damn what it contains? Just set it down carefully and leave me be.
Man, this guy was a dick. Man, phone, I don't really have time for this.
You will have to find another way to the tunnel. Take care in this place, Mandus. It is the crucible of the evil that stalks these corridors.
Guessing I can't go that way. I only need one, I guess. Apparently those things can't really see me that well if I have my lantern off, which is good to know. Those children are definitely dead. There's no way they're not. Ooh, note. August 4th, 1898. More experiments with Compound X. Took the dog and injected it with strychnine. Oh, that's real good. After the expected convulsions and spasming, it died just after midnight. I immersed the body in a large tank of Compound X and introduced an altering current via induction coil for a period of 3.5 minutes. Partial return was induced. However, damage incurred prior to death was retained upon revival, meaning the dog continued in the state of acute strychnine poisoning until I put a bullet in its skull. But drowning? Perhaps yes. It is, after all, known to be the kindest of suicides. If one were to drown, replacing the fluid in the lungs with Compound X should theoretically be perfectly possible as a revival method. Wasn't I just here? I feel like I was. Oh, and it took me back to the kaboom. And what chow? Oh, what chow? What chow? Oh. Alrighty. And I guess the finished compound comes out of the third one. And with this, I should be able to erode that lock and get out of here. A heady brew. I have the compound. It hisses and steams in its container like some living thing, a witch's jelly to burn and corrode. The container is made from glass, a strange choice unless there is some particular reason why the metal that pervades everywhere else cannot be brought into contact with the so-called Compound X. I should investigate further for clues. That would have been unfortunate if that would have just broken open and I had to go do that again. Alright, so I have to go upstairs and... Whatcha? Oh, right, I can't throw things, actually. There we go. Oh, right. Forgot I had to activate it. There we go. Okay, so... we are about to be out of... well, actually, we're a little over out of time, I think. This will probably end up being like 16 minutes or something, but... I'm going to stop here for the time being. Thank you guys for joining me on another episode of Polar Bear Plays. I hope to see you all again very, very soon.